on preserving treasured spaces.
Good morning, and thank you for welcoming me into your sanctuary. I am Lauren Arcomano, and I've been asked to share with you a little bit about our work at the Chatham Conservation Foundation. And in reflecting on the concept of conservation and why we do what we do, I think we owe a little debt of gratitude to a few folks native to Massachusetts, so I want to advance my slides, but will they advance? Come on. There we go. I want to think about, Americans were not likely to think about preserving open spaces in the 19th century. So in his timeless work, Ralph Waldo Emerson explored spirituality and reminded us that the divine is woven into the fabric of every day, in the rustling of the leaves and the great vast blue skies, in the sound of the ocean crashing. And to walk in nature is not merely to move through space, but to commune with a deeper spirituality. And Emerson's vision was echoed by another Massachusetts native, Henry David Thoreau, and other transcendentalists. And they challenged us to see beyond what is and to embrace what could be, a world where humanity lives in harmony in the natural world. And they believed, and I think I can still believe, that nature is not a resource to be consumed, but a sanctuary to be cherished, and a reflection of our own spirit. As stewards of this planet, we are called upon to preserve the forests, the fields, the marshes, the waterways for our future generations. And so every tree saved, every species protected, every trail restored is a step toward not only safeguarding the earth, but also nurturing the divine within us. Thoreau reflected in Cape Cod, which he published in 1865, that he captured his belief in the enduring natural beauty and spiritual essence of the Cape. And he foresaw a time when the Cape would draw visitors not for just trivial entertainment, but for genuine connection to the sea and the simple, unspoiled wonder of the natural world. His message still resonates with me as both a celebration and a cautionary note, urging us to value nature for its purity and not diminish it through commercialization. Thanks to these two men, late in the 19th century, the public's consciousness was being raised, and two more Massachusetts natives, Harriet Hemingway and her cousin Mina Hall, created the Mass Audubon. And they were inspired to do so because the fashion of the time was to kill lots of birds and stick the feathers in their hats. And they really, really helped save some great species. We're lucky here in Chatham because we have 28 acres right off the coast at Turn Island that has been saved through first the Federation of Bird Clubs here in Massachusetts, and then when they went defunct, the island was given to Mass Audubon. And also early in the 20th century, 1,900 acres over at Dickerson was created as our first state park. And in the 40s, Fish and Wildlife purchased 44 acres of Monomoy. So that all led up to the national parks surveying all of the East Coast and the Gulf Coast to say, what next? What can we preserve? And Cape Cod was targeted as one of those areas. And thanks to our Massachusetts congressional delegation, which included Tip O'Neill and JFK at the time, we see the creation of the Cape Cod National Seashore, which, as we all know, JFK signed into being in 1961, which really is sort of what led to the creation of the Chatham Conservation Foundation, because our founding fathers were a little reluctant to see property given to any federal entity. So they created what is Cape Cod's first land trust. And our mission is to just preserve land in perpetuity. So we've been doing that since 1962, and our first acquisition was 1 acre of Fox Island, which was a gift from Dorothea Smith. Our largest acquisition was Strong Island, as many of you know. Our largest assemblage is over at Frostfish Creek, where between 1966 and 1999, we assembled about 8 parcels. So over a really long span of time, we were able to acquire some beautiful properties. We have a number of vernal pools. We provide education and outreach to the community through walks, talks, presentations, and we try to provide opportunities for folks of all ages. We really try to work in collaboration with many of the other folks here in town, and a lot of you are familiar with, if not members of, many of our other friends organizations, and as well as our Cape-wide organizations. The Association to Protect Cape Cod is our biggest advocate for most things here on the Cape. We're members of the Compact of Cape Cod Land Trusts. And so there are so many wonderful folks helping us and helping nature here on the Cape. Here in Chatham, we are pretty progressive considering things. Chatham was the first Lower Cape town to have a municipal sewage treatment. We were one of the first to close and cap our landfill, which then led to the creation of a solar array over there. From 1999 to the present, our land bank purchased over 185 acres. So all that together, along with the over 800 acres that the Chatham Conservation Foundation stewards and monitors, I think we're doing a pretty good job here in Chatham. Emerson said, "Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience." And if anybody who knows me knows I am not a patient person, but we just recently acquired another property. It's 1.7 acres, so I hope to continue that tradition. And Emerson also said, "May we walk gently, live wisely, and preserve fiercely. For in saving nature, we save ourselves." Thank you.